At least 15 people were killed and 40 others injured after a train crash in Egypt's northern province of Beheira. Reports suggest two carriages separated from the passenger train and collided with the cargo train. A probe has been ordered into the accident. This comes as Egyptians have accused successive governments of failing to enforce basic safety standards for the railways. Cold Siberian winds continues to sweep across Europe, making temperatures drop even further. Europe is now so cold that the Arctic appears to be a warm escape. Much of Britain and Ireland was blanketed in snow on Wednesday. The United Kingdom is experiencing its coldest week in 5 years. The cold also disrupted normal traffic. The Britain's Met Department has issued a severe weather warning. Motorways in England were covered in a thick blanket of snow. Britain's royal power couples, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, Prince Harry and his fiancée Meghan Markle, made their first public appearance together in London. Famously dubbed as Fab Four, took part in the Royal Foundation Forum that showcases the programs set up by the Royal Foundation. The foundation was launched in 2011 by the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and Prince Harry. Markle will become the fourth patron of the Royal Foundation after she marries Prince Harry. More than 600 people have been killed in Syria's Ghouta since February of 2018. A UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights has claimed that 147 children have been killed as Syrian government and its allies intensified its military and air offense on the rebel-held region. The monitor says the death toll has increased after the discovery of bodies that were trapped in the rubble of destroyed buildings. Meanwhile, Syrian government forces clashed with rebels on the outskirts of eastern Ghouta as the Moscow-sponsored truce entered its second day. Two weeks after their fellow students were killed in a mass shooting, students of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School made an emotional return to their school. The students were greeted by heavy security and scores of well-wishers as they returned to their classes. This comes 15 days after a former student went on a shooting rampage and killed 17 people. US President Trump has met with diverse groups of lawmakers and urged them to come up with comprehensive legislation to prevent school shootings. And during the meet, President Trump spoke in favor of expanding background checks for gun buyers and raising the legal age to buy rifles to 21 from 18. White House Communications Director Hope Hicks has resigned. The news of her resignation comes a day after Hicks was interviewed for the panel investigating Russia interference in the 2016 election and contact between Trump's campaign and Russia. During the 9-hour-long meeting, Hicks had acknowledged that she has occasionally told white lies for Trump, but denied lying about anything relevant to the Russian investigation. The former First Lady of Honduras, Rosa Elena Bonilla, has been arrested on corruption charges. Now, Bonilla is being charged for having embezzled more than $500,000 from a public program that provides footwear for children of low means in the Central American country during her husband's 2010 to 2014 tenure in office. Bonilla is also under investigation for having transferred money from First Lady's office to a private account days before her husband left office. Bonilla and her lawyers have denied the charges. Let's take a look at some national stories from India. On his last day of state visit to India, Jordan King Abdullah II will hold bilateral talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. King Abdullah will also give a special address to Islamic scholars on promoting understanding and modernization of Islam. Now, Prime Minister Modi is also expected to attend the address, both leaders will also hold delegation-level talks, after which the two nations are expected to sign a slew of strategic agreements in the field of defense, security and investment. The king will also meet President Kovind and Vice President Venkaiah Naidu before he leaves for Amman. The State Bank of India has steeply increased the bulk deposits rates for various maturities by up to 0.75% with immediate effect. The pricing revision comes after 3 consecutive revisions in the rates by the lender on bulk term deposits in the past 3 months notably. Many banks have been increasing their deposit and lending rates since the last quarter, while lending rates have been jacked up on an average of 5 to 10 basis points by private sector lenders like HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank and Yes Bank since January. Almost all the state-run lenders have been increasing their bulk deposit rates in the range of 15 basis points to 125 basis points. Senior Congress leader and former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram's son, Karti Chidambaram, will be produced in a Delhi court after his one-day police custody ended today. On Wednesday, Delhi's Patiala House Court sent Karti Chidambaram into one-day police custody, who was arrested in connection with the probe into the INX media money laundering case. The Central Bureau of Investigation has sought a 50-day judicial custody. Both P. Chidambaram and his son Karti have denied any wrongdoings. The opposition Congress on Wednesday retained the Mungauli and Kolaras assembly seats in by-elections in Madhya Pradesh, but with a reduced victory margins. The results are significant for the BJP-ruled state, where polls are due later this year. In Kolaras, which is in Shivpuri district, Congress candidate Mahendra Singh Yadav defeated the BJP's Devendra Jain by 8,000 votes. The Congress candidate got 82,523 votes, while his BJP rival polled 74,437 ballots. Now, in 2013, Congress had won this seat by a margin of over 24,000 votes. The Defence Ministry on Wednesday approved procurement of 41,000 light machine guns and more than 3.5 lakh carbines to increase the firepower of soldiers deployed along the borders with China and Pakistan. The total cost of the procurement of LMGs will be 3,000 crore rupees, while carbines purchase will cost of 4,607 crore rupees. The proposals were cleared at a meeting of the Defence Acquisition Council, the Defence Ministry's highest decision-making body on procurement, led by Union Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. The private sector will supply 75% of the total quantity, while the remaining will be provided by the Ordnance Factory Board. The Examination Committee of the Central Board of Secondary Education has allowed children with special needs to use computer or laptops to write their board exams from this year. Now, around 7,000 differently able candidates have registered for the exams. Students with special needs will be required to submit a certificate issued by a registered medical practitioner recommending the use of a computer facility, while at the same time citing grounds for the recommendations. Now, even as Junior HRD Minister Satyapal Singh sought to clarify his previous comments on Darwin's evolution theory, he has quoted fresh controversy when he said mantras had codified laws of motion before Isaac Newton. During a meeting of the Central Advisory Board of Education, chaired by the Union HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar, the IPS-turned politician said that certain mantras codified the laws of motion much before they were discovered by Isaac Newton. The minister had also suggested that Vastu compliance of educational buildings was important for learning. Satyapal Singh has refused to comment on the controversy over his Newton remarks.